Hey, Marc Warnke here. They call me the Goat Guy. Hey, I wanted to let you guys know I've done a fair amount of winter camping, but this is one of the most kind of severe situations. We've had lots of rain leading up to lots of snow. We're camped at 9,400 feet in elevation. Temperatures right now are in the low 30s, 29 to 31, somewhere in that range. Leaves are all frozen stiff, stuff like that. But I wanted to talk to you about taking care of your goats during the winter. This is an example of a bed that where Slick was. So he pawed out his bed all night long, and we just put him in a place where he's sheltered by the trees. I didn't run any goat coats because I still think goat coats have a place and you should have them. But when you're not worried about keeping them dry, their coats, how they puff up like this is how they stay warm. And these goats, we just got them out of their beds. So nobody's shivering, but they're all puffed up. They don't have their winter coats on. It's only the end of September right now. So some of these late season hunts, but I want to show you some of the little pockets and how they bed down. So when we selected our camp location, we made sure we had some good timber pockets. And you can see we tied them up in places where the buddies could still touch. So these two goats bedded down together and used each other, and then we made it so that they could reach, but they couldn't get tangled up. And so they just make these little hollows down in these little holes, and that's a really good thing to be mindful of. You can see the goats bedded down in here, and we bedded them down. Hey, there's the shovel, honey. Right there.
I did leave it in here, darn it.
Yeah, we just found the shovel. So we kind of cleared out their beds, but down at the base of these pine trees, there's always a lot of basically pine needles, eroded pine needles, that makes real good bedding, and they bed out and do a good job. We were here for a week, and so we use these timber patches, and then if you come up here, this is where the tents are, so we're still close enough to hear them, but we had to have water, and water's off the edge. So the only negative of this spot was that we had to walk to water a little bit off the hill, but it wasn't too bad. And then we are always looking for flat spots for tents. So we ran 6 guys in this camp, and we had the teepee, and then we had the tent, and Trish and I were in there, and then 4 guys in this one. And then we ran a tarp system, and you can see how long we had to run it. This stuff up here is mule tape, and we had gusts last night up to like 30 miles an hour, and we had snow on top of the tarp that we had to get to slough off. And so I actually set an alarm to get up and get the snow off the tarps, because the tarps will weigh down so heavy if you get a lot of snow. And so yeah, you can see where we're at. We're 6.5 miles in, and we knew about this spot because we hunted it. We hunted this area, and we camped down drainage before, but we didn't have good bedding, and we didn't have good trees. We didn't have a good spot we could run a main line. But this mule tape is so light, and you can get that from any of your buddies who are electricians. It's an electric product, but it's super strong, it's super light, and we were able to run this line all the way from that tree to that tree, and then use this pole to hold up the line, and then run 2 tarps, and then that's where we ran our basically our sheltered area, which honestly, I think without those tarps, we would have had a hard time staying in here for 7 days without keeping things dry and everything that it takes to run a camp like this and not be just absolutely miserable, have the goats miserable. But you can see they're all doing good. Once this snow fell, you got only a certain amount of time where you can really let these goats forage on their own, because they just can't get to the feed. So if you anticipate snow like this, you need to be packing in feed for them. Luckily, the snow fell real late, and the weather that we pulled before we came in here did not show this level of snow that was going to fall. So we didn't pack any feed, and these guys are doing good. So anyway, goats are a lot tougher than you think they are, and Scout's trying to get some love. But anyway, I hope you find this helpful. Remember, when you're doing this level of wintertime camping with these goats, and we have 11 in my string and then 4 in our run guy who helped us to run camp. So we got 15 goats back here. Yesterday when it snowed, we took them out. We tried to find them some areas to forage, and it was just challenging. So anyway, I hope you find that helpful. If you're going to go into deep backcountry and have weather, you got to be prepared. You got to select your campsite for forage, for bedding, for tarps, for tents, and water. So hope you find that helpful. Marc Warnke, the Goat Guy, signing out.